India has once again taken a strong stand against Pakistan's state-sponsored terrorism on the global stage. At the United Nations General Assembly session on Friday, India slammed Islamabad over its continued support for international terrorism, highlighting the dangerous consequences of state-backed extremism. From the 2008 Mumbai attacks to the Pulwama incident, India's representative highlighted the country's long struggle against terrorism fueled by its neighbour. Here's more on the story.
India's message at the 77th session of the UN General Assembly was clear and unequivocal. During a session on eliminating international terrorism, India's representative highlighted the horrors India has endured due to terrorism backed by its neighbour Pakistan. The Indian diplomat, in a veiled but sharp reference to Pakistan, recounted major terror attacks in India, the deadly 2008 Mumbai attacks that claimed over 160 lives, the 2016 Pathankot airbase attack and the 2019 Pulwama suicide bombing that killed 40 Indian soldiers. She accused Pakistan of sponsoring and harboring terrorist groups, including those responsible for these attacks, stating that Pakistan's support for terrorism is a well-documented and deliberate strategy.
India has faced the horrors of state-sponsored cross-border terrorism much prior to the world taking serious note of it. Over the last more than 3 decades, we have lost thousands of innocent civilian lives. The 2008 Mumbai terror attacks, the 2016 Pathankot airbase attack, and the 2019 suicide bombing of a policeman at Pulwama are imprinted strongly in every Indian's living memory. We have and will continue to fight terrorism resolutely, bravely, and with a zero-tolerance approach.
India's statement took aim at Pakistan's use of terror groups such as Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed, which continue to operate freely from Pakistani soil. The diplomat further warned that countries supporting or turning a blind eye to such extremist networks are playing with fire. In a scathing rebuke, she called out Pakistan for making terrorism a key component of its foreign policy, fueling instability in the region. The Indian diplomat said it was ironic that Pakistan continues to claim victimhood from terrorism while openly celebrating the mastermind of global terrorism. India underscored that Pakistan's leadership has consistently glorified terrorists, providing a breeding ground for extremism to flourish not just within its borders but across the region.
It is unfortunate that some amongst us, motivated by their narrow political agendas, look for reasons to justify terrorism. Because of these states, the global resolve to fight against terrorism gets diminished. Because of such states, even 15 years after the Mumbai terror attacks, the masterminds continue to roam scot-free with full state hospitality. Not only do such states justify terrorism, their governments and their agencies have made terrorism their state policy. Moreover, in order to deflect the attention of the international community from their nefarious agendas, such states attempt to portray themselves as victims of terrorism.
India's strong stance at the UN meeting has once again brought global attention to Pakistan's role in fostering terrorism. The international community is increasingly being called upon to hold Pakistan accountable for its continued support for extremist groups. New Delhi has consistently pushed for greater international cooperation in identifying and sanctioning countries that sponsor terrorism, advocating for the adoption of a zero-tolerance policy.